So let's study now a little bit more about the demons and what they're doing. In the Gospels, as well as in the book of Acts, we read stories of people being possessed by demons, right? That's the story of Legion, the man who had so many demons inside of him, and he was ripping chains, and he was a wild man and just living crazy down by the graveyard. There was the girl who was following Paul around and who could predict the future. And then there was all the times the disciples, when they were sent out in their pairs, how they were casting out demons. And so there's some debate about believers then. Can believers, Christians, be possessed by a demon? Now, possession speaks of ownership. To be possessed by a demon would have a demon residing within your spirit. And that's where God resides. And God doesn't share the rent. He doesn't share the living space with a demon. And so believers cannot be owned by a demon. They cannot be possessed by a demon because you and I have been bought with a price. They cannot reside within our spirit. We belong to God. However, the proper term is that you and I can still be demonized. We can still be harassed. We can still be attacked, even as believers. Now, how would that happen? How would I, so quote unquote, catch a demon? How would it come along? Well, some report, and I can't verify this, but some report listening to country music backwards is where most demons come from. I can't guarantee that, but that's what I've heard, and it sounds legitimate to me. So avoid that one. But in all seriousness, they come often because we've invited them under this guise of something innocent, maybe as a spirit guide or as a friend. We can invite that. Or maybe if we were participating in some kind of witchcraft, either before or after salvation, or demonic activities, or things around the occult. And I've even heard of believers who've participated in weddings where they were offered off towards a demon or a warlock of some sort. Demons often show up in the form of imaginary friends to little children. And it's incredible. Each of my children, they've experienced a demon show up in their room when they were little children. And ironically, they all described the same demon with the same name. And it infuriated me to see the cowardness of this demon attacking this little child, my baby. And it angered me. But what was so cool is how God flipped it. The God of redemption took the enemy's attack and flipped it on him. Because each time that happened, that was when those children accepted Jesus, where they prayed to have Jesus come live inside them. And so he's able to use even the demonic attacks against the demon for our benefit and for our good. But they're showing up as these imaginary children, these imaginary friends, because they're trying to create a bond. They're trying to create an attachment. And lastly, I don't have a verse for this one, but my experience has shown that, particularly in the cases of sexual abuse in children, that level of violation somehow introduces some kind of demonic attachment. And it's not that that child did anything or invited them in, but something about that sexual abuse, the violation, a demon saw an opportunity. And whether they were driving the sexual abuse or what, I'm not sure. But my experience has been demons will attach themselves to people through that. And essentially what's happening is either you are giving permission actively or passively, or they're simply just trying to take advantage of the situation in the case of the sexual abuse, where that demon now has taken on the idea that they have some right to you. That they have some belief that they have an ownership of you or this right to be involved or part of your life, and they've attached themselves now to you and to your thinking. And you might be thinking, well, why? Like, what would be the purpose? I can't lose my salvation if I'm going to heaven and I'm safe in there. Then why would they come and do that? Well, John 10:10 says it this way: that the thief, the enemy, has come to steal, kill, and destroy. And that's their mission statement. First, it is to prevent you from ever coming to Jesus, for salvation, to utterly kill and destroy your, not just your soul, but that spirit, that your very being, that you'll never get to know Jesus. That's its first job. And then when that fails and you do come to Jesus and now you're a believer, you're a follower of Jesus, he doesn't give up. He still comes at you for a couple things. One, by hurting you, it takes you out of the game. It will somehow get you to disqualify yourself, put you on the sidelines so that you can't, love other people. You won't allow that life of Jesus because you don't think you're good enough. So that shame and that sin or whatnot, trying to discredit you. But more importantly, hurting you hurts your Father. Again, you want to hurt me, hurt my kids, hurt my babies, hurt my loved ones. And that will hurt me the most. And the enemy, who is a coward, won't attack God directly because he doesn't stand a chance. So he goes after those who are most precious to him, his children.